hitting, hitting, hitting. I mean, that's why you see me, trapping doesn't work unless you're explosive. And then this isn't stuff like this, like you throw a punch and going, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's when you fire, I'm in. I go. Just be careful because it's all steel. I've been accustomed to using it. There you go. What they initially called this is like from there to close. So because we're at distance, I don't want to have to move. You see, every time I try to move the close in like that, you're moving. See, you're moving. Now, if I threw the kick, I'm closing that distance much quicker than if I were to try to step to you. So now the kick is masking my closure. And by the time I get in there, I'm right at that position. I'm gonna cut through all of it because it takes too long. So you hit with this one now, straight. Well, that's it. Now by the time I go here, this one punches. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Hit, boom, that's it. Here, boom, boom. The idea behind the explosive edge is to go through you. So if I'm not going to spend a lot of time going from here and then fire, I would rather just go, all right, here, and fire, and just hit.
Yeah.
There's nothing for me to go and try to grab you. As soon as I feel pressure coming back at me, like this, then maybe. And then I have this angle to work with. But I'm not going to go in and try to, go from here to here. So rather than going, boom, 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 I'm going to go, so I'm going here. See?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you see me doing that, is because I'm used to being very explosive with it.
Yeah.
And it isn't stuff like this, like you throw a punch and going, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's when you fire, I'm in.
Yeah. Because you're pretty much immobilizing them with less, the grabbing and more steps. It's as soon as I get to a certain distance to you, then it's going to do itself.
So when people are talking about like before, during, and after, it's not necessarily the case of like you're looking for that opening before, during, and after. If you're looking for it, you're already late.
Yeah.
That's not timing. You have to know your distance. I can't show you a ruler and go like this and measure the ground and say, okay, from this distance, you're going to be able to pull off this attack. The reason why it doesn't work is because every individual is different. So the way you step towards me is going to cover more distance than the other person.
Yeah.
So then you have to assess. I'm always assessing. By the time you're assessing, you do something, then yeah, that's when you can apply it. When it comes to, testing each other out, that's when you can really do this stuff. But then again, if in the street, you don't have time to think. If you're going to close, you're going to close with knowing that you can control. So by the time you're hitting, it's like I'm hitting as well, or hit, I'm gonna go on top and not even let you expect, but never think that Paxal's here or Paxal's here. No, the Paxal's is simply, it could be in the basis like you grab my shoulder and you're turning me or something. That's when I would use it, yeah. That's more applicable.
That's true. And it's also less things you have to think about when you're trying to apply it. With a lot of people, when they try to do trapping, they lose like what it means to still use your body mechanics for power and things of that nature. So a lot of people will understand, okay, I need a trap, but they might, feel like some people might not understand that after you complete a trap, you're still using the fundamentals that you've learned in the art of JKD about proper striking and things of that nature. So what would you say in terms of someone that maybe has gotten the Paxal or the Lupsal or any types of immobilization techniques down, and then their next step is to generate that power? How do you explain that transition?
From power to trapping, or you're talking
trapping to power. If I trap somebody and then I have to go back to proper body mechanics for like a hook or something of that nature.
It's very difficult to merge these principles together because you either stay in a boxing mentality and you could stay there.
Yeah.
Or you could stay in the kickboxing mentality and stay there, or the Wing Chun mentality. You can see these are the things kind of swaying back and forth, like this needle that does this. But to merge them together is that you are explosive even if you're trapping.
Yeah.
Remember that if I'm hitting, it is a trap.
Yeah.
It's not that you trap and hit with power. You're trapping with power, or you're controlling with power. So the base of it all, like in terms of I come in and I fight, let's say I control and you hit back. There's my power line right there. Boom.
Yeah, okay. Kind of that rubber banding effect.
Exactly. But I'm controlling.
Yeah.
See the nature of like, right? And then by the time you step in, it's like a boom, I'm going to hook. Now, if I have that mentality, I could stay there, or I can have the mentality of pinning and hitting at the same time. But this is where the standard jab and the cross and the hooks don't align to trapping. That's why when you see me hitting from this, my elbows are in the control, and this looks like it's open, but really it's a matter of learning how this is controlling. But if you fire at me, now I'm in controlling this weapon.
Okay.
And I'm doing it at this alignment.
Yeah.
Even if I was a bit late and you did circle with the hook, hook, I'm still in. Dissipate from that, I'm going right in.
Okay.
But if you're timing me on a hook, that's a different story.
Yeah.
See, if I do that and you time me on a hook, boom. Maintain the power from your stance regardless. Trapping is just not trapping, you're trapping the base with power.
Yeah, because coming from a boxer standpoint, I'm always either an infighter or I'm an outside, working the distance, and then I'll come in. And then when I started, it was hard to translate from, something like this or trapping into still giving, and it's still able to output that same,
Right.
hit power and things of that nature that you learn in boxing.
Yeah, but even then, if people are hitting, and let's say I threw my hands up like this, you're already in the ability to control. If you pull me towards you, or you're coming in, that's it. Now we're kind of colliding at this point. But remember that at this range, we can always trap everything from here. You know what I mean? So let's say if I'm here and I underhook this one. Boom.
Oh, there you go. Oh.
And if I can get to this, boom. Coulter, we work a lot here and here and here, but there's the other angles. This, or to this.